Okay, so for the many times in a survey, we are asking a large group of people a series of questions, but not all questions are relevant to every group of people within the survey. So we're going to talk about how to make a selection that's going to take the user or participant to another section of the form. So for this form, I've started with categorizing the user. And so I've created a multiple choice question asking them to select which one applies to them. Are you a parent, student, teacher, administrator? And I have created some sections for each of those types of user. All right, so now we can direct the users, all the parents can be directed to the parent section. And we do that by selecting the three dots and saying go to section based on answer. So for each option, we have a choice to make. So if I say I'm a parent, or if the user says they are the parent, then where are they going to go? So they go to the section called parents. It's really intuitive, very easy. I'm going to select that for each category. Okay, and I made that required. They're going to fit into one of those categories. All right. The next thing to look at when you create some sections is to make sure that after section 1, where are they going? If I don't have anything here, they're just going to go to the next section. Okay, so after section 1, what happens? Well, we already told it what's going to happen. So let's look at parents, the parents section. I want them to fill out the parents section and be done. So for them, I'm going to use that same menu and select submit the form. Same for the students. If a student selects here, it tells them to go to section 3. So I'm going to follow that path, going to section 3. They're going to answer their series of questions, however many questions they are, but at the end of it, they need to submit the form. Okay, same for every one of the sections. The very last section that you create will automatically default. You won't have to make that selection. It's going to automatically default to submitting the form. Okay, so that is how you can direct the user using a multiple choice question. But you can also direct the user to a different section based on a drop-down menu. Remember, drop-down menus and multiple choice questions are similar in that you can only select one choice. So you have that same section or option of directing them to a new section. So similarly, I have what grade do you teach as my question. I have grades 1 through 8 listed in a drop-down. Drop-downs condense that space so I don't have to see the whole list at face value. So I'm going to find my go-to section based on answer. And what I've done in this particular form to demonstrate that you can direct multiple answer choices to the same section. So I created a section called grades 1 through 4, and I'm going to ask what they teach. Doesn't matter what my question right now, but I'm going to come back up here, and for continuing to the next section, I'm going to find that section 1 to 4, and I'm going to do that for all 4 grades. And then starting with grades 5, 6, 7, and 8, I want them to go to their own section of questions because they are slightly different. And once they have answered all those questions, they're going to submit the form. Okay? And I'm back to my other sections. Now, what if I wanted to move a section around? Well, we can do that. And we can move the section, which is the title, and all the questions that go with it. However, when we were moving questions around, we were looking for the 6 little dots and we were hovering and dragging and dropping. We cannot do that. There is no 6 little dots to hover and drag a section, but we have a little menu in the 3 dots to the right of your section title that says move the section. And so here I have my whole list in the order that I have them, and I can just say, okay, I want the administrator section to be at the very end, and so I'm just going to use my caret to drop it down. And if I say, okay, I want the teachers to be at the top of the list, I can continue to move that. And then notice that it moves that section number, but it's going to stay all connected. So I hit save. It's one of the few times you have to hit save in the Google Suite. But let's go ahead and double check that what we've selected is still accurate. So I'm going to go back. I am a parent. I'm still going to the parents section. Okay, it doesn't matter that I've moved some things around. Okay, the other things I can do within a section with those 3 little dots, I can duplicate the section. If I don't want to type every question, if there's only slight differences, I can duplicate an entire section and then just go in and make the edits that I need. I've already talked about moving it. I can delete it, but I can also merge it with whatever is above it. So if I decide that I want grades 5 through 8 to be merged up above, I simply say merge with above, and now I have just the one section for that. Okay. Make sure I hit submit form at the end. Okay, so that's how you can arrange some sections, add them, move them, delete them, duplicate them, and how you can get certain users' answers to take you to a particular section.